It's Princess Connect, but better. It's Princess Connect, but with guns. It's Princess Connect, but it's just Princess Connect. Welcome to a not so helpful guide to Blue Archive. If you're watching this video, then that means you have been visited by the Aru of cute dorks. Good gacha rolls will come, but only if you comment, "Thank you, Aiken, very cool." This is an all-in-one beginner's guide while also trying hard to be funny for those who wanna get into the game but have zero idea what this is all about. I am your boy Aiken, and I have a PhD in waifuology, and my recommended waifus for this game would be Aru for the patricians and Hina for the connoisseurs.
Yes, indubitably, Aiken. Hina is indeed a fine cunny, like a Chateau Lafitte 1787.
Hon, Sir Bourgeois. I cannot appreciate Hina like you, for I am infatuated with Aru. But indeed, she does indeed have a premium feel, like a moonshine made by a redneck, yeehaw! So, what is Blue Archive? Blue Archive is a gacha RPG mobile game developed by Nat Games and published by
Yosta! Hi!
But it's published by Nexon for the global version, and people really don't like Nexon, including me.
Rare, priceless...
Gacha game.
Everything I touch dies!
But so far, I haven't seen anything just yet, so I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. The game is honestly above average, with a lot of mechanics you have seen in other games before, especially Princess Connect Redive. If you have played that game before and you liked it, there's a high possibility you will like this one. The story is
The year is 2069. Jeff Bezos has finally done it and captured the world. Elon Musk went to Mars and developed the very first cat girl, and she was named Shiroko. Unsatisfied with the cat girl, Elon made everyone into cute girls with halos and were sent back to Earth to ruin Bezos' plans of making NFTs of his cat girls.
Thanks to Amazon Prime, weapon deliveries and drone strikes are very accessible to the public, and even a high school student can order a missile barrage for the low price of $6.69. In this new world, combat is daily life. Students don't live without a firearm. Every school has a tank. Ammunition can be bought in convenience stores. Cute girls are making their own IEDs. The world is in anarchy, which is not so different from our current world. The Mao politics! Yeah, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, I'm just kidding. The real story is about a bunch of girls wanting to save their school from closing down, and other mysteries in this sci-fi high-tech fantasy world. In this game, you play as a sensei or teacher who handles the Federal Investigation Club, whatever that is. You help out different students of different schools by giving them
orders.
Man! The doujins are writing themselves, huh? Sensei, I'm failing my subjects. Is there any way for me to pass this semester? I'll do anything. Why are you unzipping, Sensei?
Stop!
Yeah, never mind. Is Blue Archive pay to win? As time passes and games start becoming more corporate, we can't go by yes or no anymore. Mobile games to AAA games are pushing a battle pass, monthly card, and so on. So saying pay to win or not isn't enough anymore. That's why I'm going to change this question. Is Blue Archive free to play friendly? Short answer, yeah, sure, whatever. Long answer, I am unsure. I feel like the progression is slow, and you really have to save properly if you want a specific character. There's PvP in this game, so Metaphor will welcome you with their Tsubaki, Hibiki, Shun combo. And since I always preach wife over meta, these girls aren't my waifu, and I'm gonna have to eat my pride and accept defeat because I refuse to meta. The prices of the microtransactions aren't really good as well. If the monthly card isn't a flat $5, I rarely buy it. And the price on Blue Archive is sadly $8. But it's up to you on this one if you think it's worth. But personally, that's a no. A monthly card above $5 is just too much. There are a lot of one-time rewards to get before it runs out, and after that, you will have to rely on PvP, events, and weeklies for your gems. So it's not too bad for the first few months. Now, I'm gonna say... I'm really unsure. The verdict is unsure. Which server should I choose? You are not in position to choose this time, my friend. If you live in Japan, China, Vietnam, Netherlands, Belgium, and Slovakia, you can't play the game. I understand the case for Japan and China, they have their own servers, but the ones not mentioned is certainly weird. You can download an APK if you're on an Android device, so it's not much of a hassle if you live in the countries listed with a region block. Just get... Can I even say Kuap? I'm not even sponsored. Get Kuap, not a sponsor by the way, although I wish I was. How is the gameplay? It's your traditional auto-battler type of game, but this time, it's in 3D with limited elements of control. Your way of having input is by using a character's EX skill card, and you point and click where they should go or who to hit. Some characters deploy cover, some heal, some debuff, some deal direct damage, AoE, whatever. Your character's EX skills have different costs, and you have an energy bar that regenerates, and once you use the card, it gets shuffled, and that's pretty much the game. Why should I play Blue Archive? Waifus! Why else would you play gacha games, you dumb quack? Waifus! Get them out of here! Low maintenance. Once you have settled in the game, Blue Archive can last from an hour of gameplay to 5 minutes if you're in a rush or you don't feel like playing today, so it's very low maintenance. The theme/concept of cute girls with guns shooting in schools. Wait! What I'm trying to say was, the characters in different schools having different themes are interesting enough. Whew, I saved my back. Abido's High School, a nearly abandoned school with only 5 students. Gehenna Academy, a school who runs on principle of freedom and chaos. Millennium High School, a science-focused school with the most advanced tech. Trinity General School, which is pretty much my school. It's Catholic as hell. They even have churches and shit. And many more schools, but those are the most prominent ones. My favorite school would probably be Shanghai Jing because China #1, and I'm also half China #1, so I'm China 1.5. And the Gehenna Academy because Aru is in there. But yeah, I really like this school theme. Arona says your name. This should be a standard in anime mobile games going forward. The assistant NPC or mascot should say your name from now on. I like it, I feel immersed, and a cute girl saying my name makes me happy. Oh, and the OSTs fucking slap. This is one of, if not the best OSTs in mobile games. If you're into Future Base, you are definitely in for a treat. Why should I not play Blue Archive? Well, it's fairly generic, I have to admit. If you're interested in the game because it's new and is getting a good amount of hype, I can say to you that you don't need to feel like you've missed out. Once the hype settles in, you'll be left with a fairly generic but enjoyable mobile game with a futuristic coat of paint. It has one of my most hated systems in gacha games. Character shards. I hate character shards because of how easy it is to milk players by having to pull for multiple dupes. And in this game, when you get a dupe, it's not enough to ascend. Progression is extremely slow. Almost everything in the gearing department is similar to Princess Connect, except for leveling up the skills. In Princess Connect, the way to level up a skill is by paying with mana, aka in-game currency. In Blue Archive, they made upgrading skills horrible. You should have just copied the whole thing. To level up one skill, it might take you more than a few days because the upgrade materials are on bounties, aka dailies, which you can only do 6 times a day unless you pay for more entries. This shouldn't be a problem, but you gotta level up more than one character, and each character has 4 skills. Think about it. Yikes! Can't wait to get Amy. Hoo-ha! Combat basics time! One lineup consists of 6 characters. 4 of those will be called strikers, and 2 are special. The strikers are the ones who will be fighting on the screen, whilst the special gives stat boost to the strikers. There are pros and cons to having more or less characters in a team. If you have less than 6, your rotation of EX skills is much more consistent, but you have less stats because you probably remove the specialist, and you recover energy slower. But if you have exactly 6 characters, you have better stats and faster energy recharge, but your EX skills will be more inconsistent in rotation. Each character has a set position, role, damage type, and armor type. Position consists of front, middle, and back. Roles are your usual tank, DPS, support, and healer. I don't know if I should explain this further, but this should be basics, right? Front, tank. Support, middle, or back. Dealers, DPS. I really don't know if I should explain this properly, but it should be. Yeah, I think I should pass on this one. This is just way too basic. You should know what to do here. Yeah, this should be fair. I'm gonna respect the intelligence of the viewers that they know the classic trinity of RPG roles. Damage type consists of explosion for red, penetration for yellow, and mystic for blue. Armor type consists of light armor for red, heavy armor for yellow, and special armor for blue. Every student has 4 skills. 1 EX skill, the skill you can manually cast and has a cost. 1 basic skill, an automatic skill that is cast every X amount of seconds. 1 enhanced skill, a passive skill that enhances student stats. And 1 sub-skill. This is pretty broad and it can go from increasing her own stats to increasing the whole party's stats. For team comps, I will recommend 1 tank, 1 support, 2 DPS for strikers. Then 1 support, 1 healer for special. That's just a general rule, and you shouldn't do that all the time, but just make sure to bring a tank and a healer. It's pretty much up to you and what you have, and who you like. What's more important is the cost of the skills. Try to balance out the skill cost. Skill costs vary from 2 to 7. 2 being the lowest, 7 being the highest. And you want to not have a lot of high cost skills. I suggest bringing in 1 or 2 high cost, and then the others 2 to 4 cost. Sensei/account level is equal to student/character level. Your students can't level above your account level. A good way to know if you can level your account is by checking your stamina and XP required to level. The conversion is 1 to 1. So if you have 200 XP and you need 40 XP, you just need 40 stamina to level up. Easy as that.
Wah!
Game gets tough fast, but try to push as much as you can even if you can only 1-star a stage. At mission 4 onwards, you will start to see some difficulties. The recommended level for the stage and your current account level will start to have a large gap. If you started with a team with only explosive damage, aka red, you will notice you will need piercing ammo, piercing damage on mission 4 and 6. But try to push until 6-1 as it unlocks everything you need, or at least the bare minimum would be mission 3 for the dailies. If you don't have a perfectly rerolled team, you can see some problems full clearing stages because you either can't beat it within 2 minutes, or you can beat it within 2 minutes, but one of your characters die. And that's fine, you can full clear the stages some other time. The benefits of full clearing a stage are gems and the ability to auto that stage. But like I said, 6-1 or at least the bare minimum of stage 3. I believe in you, my dudes and dudettes. You know, I actually kinda don't. I know people like to reroll a lot, so by the time you find your perfect team of reroll characters, you probably quit because game's not that good, and then you got bored of the game because you've been re-rolling for the past 3 days. I kinda don't believe you anymore.
Wah!
Here's a good way to know enemy weakness. If you're like me, who's bad at memorizing, the easy way to remember is to just go by same color is equal to weakness. Red is weak to red. Yellow is weak to yellow. Blue is weak to blue. But of course, that's not the whole picture. especially in PvP. Some characters have piercing damage, but have mystic armor, like Tsubaki. But the easiest way to remember for now is same color, same weakness. Most enemies will deal normal damage in the PvE section, so unless their damage type is specified, your tank's armor type will be fine. You are welcome, and that's probably the most helpful thing I will ever say in this guide. Blah.
Wah.
The real endgame of Blue Archive is to be able to headpat every single student in the game. So make sure to always use your lessons and cafe invitations every day. Lessons will allow you to increase the relationship of students, and you can give lessons 3 times a day, but can increase up to 5 as you play. If the character you like isn't in the location today, then I just suggest increasing as many students' affection, and then come back tomorrow. The cafe is where you can get extra stamina and credits. Students who visit here are random and changes daily. If you have the student who is visiting, you can click on them to increase your relationship. You can invite a specific character once every 20 hours to increase the relationship, and soon, you can unlock their live 2D animations. And every live 2D animation can be given a head pat. I like this so much. The relationship level required per character is different, and a good way to measure it is by judging how pure they are. Nah, just kidding. Here's the list, and as you can see here, Yuka only needs a relationship level of 1. What a fucking whore.
Wah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna coom. Alright, so for the gacha in Blue Archive, I would say it's not too bad, but it feels bad. They don't show the SSR rates in total, so you gotta do the math yourself, and the total is your standard 2.5%, which I won't complain. I'm just very unlucky as always, I guess. When you get a dupe, you get these character shards called Eligma. Eligma balls! Haha, got him! I am so funny. Eligma, get it guys? Ligma, haha. You can use these Ligma to buy LFs, which I will now call character shards. Saying LF is just way too hard for me. But the cost increases every 20 purchases, so the first 20 will cost 1, the next 20 will cost 2, and the next 20 will cost 3, until a maximum of 5 per piece. My recommended to uncap would be Tsubaki, Yuka, and Nanomi. They're 2-star characters, and when uncapped to 3-star, they will get their sub-skills, while also increasing their stats, which is, hey, that's pretty good! Uncapping 3-star characters to become 4 stars is tempting, but you will need 100 shards, which is equal to 300 Ligma.
Wah.
And lastly, a guide to spending. For legal reasons, I first need to say I am not a financial expert, which should be obvious. I play gacha games. But hey, at least I don't do NFTs. Haha, got him. Shade, fire. Fire emoji, haha. Okay, now, I do not recommend spending on the game. But it's your money, so I cannot tell you what to do. But the prices are a tad too high compared to other gacha games. And their one-time top-up bonuses aren't even double, come on! At least in Genshin Impact, when you first purchase, you get double the amount. In here, they really don't want to give the double. They also have 2 monthly cards, 1 full, and 1 discount version, which I assume you can buy both at the same time. And the more options of spending I'm given, the more I feel like I'm being nickeled and dimed. Those are just my opinions in the spending, however, and like I said, you are free to do what you want, it's your money. If I may aggressively suggest though, join the membership instead. It helps keep the channel afloat and it's only $1 a month. You get a green color name on the YouTube streams, and I'm a sellout, and you get an orange role on the Discord server, and I will be a lot nicer to you. Wow, I'm a sellout. But yeah, I will be much nicer to you if you have a logistics logo. And that was a not so helpful guide to Blue Archive. My most important tip as always will be waifu over meta. I will preach and die over that hill because what's the point of playing a game where you immediately just look up on Google or YouTube who is the strongest character, who to reroll for? You don't even have a connection to them. But hey, it's your playstyle and I understand gacha games. There's a reason why videos like who to reroll for are always popular, even though the game hasn't even been released yet. I just want to share to you the greatness of Aru. I love this dork so much and I just want to share to you my love for her. Aru is the best and she's better than the rest. Dork supremacy, people. Dork supremacy.
指揮官、私がいれば十分ですよ。
This will probably be... Oh my god, it's HK416.
おはよう。
This will probably be my last video if HK416 finds out. If I have someone I like more than her. So, Anyways, join the membership, like the video, subscribe, roll outro. I'm gonna go hide in a bunker somewhere. Yeet! Lemelin Cunny! She is so funny! I want a Cunny! With Lemelin Cunny! She is funny! Lemelin Cunny! What a smug bitch! I love this Cunny! And that was the Lemelin Cunny song. I hope you enjoy and sing along!